touchdown passes. It's the Lions and the Jaguars. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here come the Jaguars to take over for the first time behind Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback in season number 4.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
They'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Another toe for Etienne. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
That would complete downfield to Thomas. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Out come the Lions for their first drive behind their 9th-year quarterback in year number 4 with Detroit. It's Jared Goff.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Hayden Hurst. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got to stop CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. You look at this Jaguar defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
They spent the week at practice saying, we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the #1 passing team in the league.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Devon Hamilton, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Brown goes in motion left. Now Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They go play action now. Lawrence. Washington's got it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And ETN going to have a Jags 1st down as he'll get this down to the 36. ETN once more. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brenton Strange, 31 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The numbers for Gibbs from last week: 10 carries, 51 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Off to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 56 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Aiden Hutchinson in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Foye Oluokun finding his way to the ball for a stop, a tackle for loss. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluokun. The Lions at 6-3 on the year. And they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to have another first down as it's happened. Jaguars 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Montgomery. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Bates' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Lawrence will throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now it's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Out of the gun. Goff. That is taken in by Hurst. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Gibbs will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Goff. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Bates' kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. In motion left comes Brown. Lawrence. On the slant, he finds Washington. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27. To Washington. Now they're getting their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 at halftime. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised.
A final shot before break here. Goff. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. We'll take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns out of the backfield. His numbers are superior to the rest of his peers at this point in the season. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This is caught. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This second. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now Lawrence. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Avoids him at the 40. 55 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Lawrence. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jack Campbell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A give, it's ETN off the option. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's ETN. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. 2nd down and 3. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Goff now to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 1st down, right back to ETN.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
Here's Logan Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken in at the 22. 44-yard punt, return of 9. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That pass caught. It's Williams.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Goff now looks to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
A short throw there to Strange.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
John Kaminsky in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Down down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them? I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
2nd and 10.
To throw is gone. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff.
And the Lions up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Quick slant to Brown.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line.
Jack Campbell
able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Goff. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And the Jags will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Lawrence will throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Back to throw. Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This ball caught by Strange. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. But to throw again is Lawrence. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. But following the play here, now we've got an injury. Now it's 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A 4-yard pickup.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel?
And it'll be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
This pass down the field for Gibbs. It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest,
I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A final shot now for Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was